Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. My name is HABIBAH. In this occasion, I'd like to give some arguments about the motion this House would block ex-corruptors from running in a legislative election. Honorable judges and audiences, this is the Prime Minister of this House, and this House, which means Indonesian government, would block ex-corruptors from running in legislative election. Blocking ex-corruptors from running in legislative election is a form of support for breaking the chain of corruption in the legislature, as well as recruiting people who have a clean track record. Before starting, the speaker will declare the definition of the motion. Block means to prevent movement through something or to stop something from happening or succeeding. Corruptus, or to corrupt in Latin, means to destroy, mar, bribe, cheat, seduce, or offend. All are extremely bad. Ex-corruptor is a person who has committed a criminal act of corruption and gets punished for what he or she did. The legislative election is a political voting election where generally all or most members of a given political body are chosen. So, block ex-corruptors from running in legislative election means the act of prohibiting ex-corruption convicts from participating in legislative elections. Elections can be the beginning of efforts to create state administrators that are clean and free from corruption, collusion, and nepotism, starting from fixing the existing election regulations. Ex-corruptors will not be able to register themselves as legislative candidates. Thus, it will be able to create people's representatives with integrity and ethics. If an ex-corruptor registers himself or herself as a legislative candidate, the integrity and ethics as a candidate for representatives of the people are highly questioned. When a people's representative in legislative becomes a corruptor, then he or she has been declared negligent and untrustworthy of the duties and authorities that have been given by the citizens. That way, if ex-corruptors become people's representatives to run for elections, this truly is not a good thing. Ex-corruptors who become representatives of the people are considered to have the opportunity to repeat their mistakes, that is, committing corruption. Thus, the existence of ex-corruptors who re-register as legislative candidates will be very disturbing to the public or citizens. And from now on, to argue the reliability of the House, the Speaker would provide some evidence. First, there is already a precedent that a former corruption convict who returns to the position of regional head repeats his action. The inactive Kudus region, Muhammad Tamzil, who was involved in 2 corruption cases. In December 2015, Tamzil completed his sentence for committing a criminal act of corruption in the aid of educational facilities and infrastructure. And he was re-elected as regional head in 2018, but in the same year, he was caught in a bribery case to fill a position. Meanwhile, the regional head or the representatives of people must be a person who has integrity and capacity. Elections as a process of determining leaders should be able to ensure the election of quality leaders. If a former corruption convict runs as a candidate for regional head, then those ideals will be tarnished. Thus, the government must be managed by clean representatives of the people who are free from corruption, collusion, and nepotism in accordance with Law No. 28 of 1999 concerning the administration of a clean state and free from corruption, collusion, and nepotism. Political parties must also take action on their own to block any of their members with a corruption conviction from running for elections. The public should also ignore corruptors as candidates to represent their interests in parliament. In short, corruption must be eradicated wherever it manifests, including in parliament. Political parties are also not allowed to carry ex-corruptors because every legislative candidate who comes from a political party is a reflection of the political party itself. To conclude, according to these evidences, the Indonesians demand an anti-corruption commitment from all political parties that they'll improve their selection process and consider the quality and integrity of the candidates they submit for elections by blocking ex-corruptors from running in a legislative election. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.